Hey guys, this unknown universe here and welcome back to part 6 on what if Ash gets crocodile early. So let's don't waste any time and let's begin. Our traveling hero has walked out of the town where Ash has earned his 5th badge and is on his way to his 6th badge here, but quickly is stopped by a bunch of gargantuous attacking them. So, so they find out the cause of it, and the episode plays pretty similar, but I want to add a few things here. Since rock and roll has experienced much more ever better, and here this allows rock and roll and to evolve here. The same with as Ceylon has gotten his new fully evolved Pokemon as well as Crustle, and Rocket evolves into Boulder here in his pure evolution state, and Ash is pretty excited. While Ash and his friends are managed to stop Team Rock'em from catching a bunch of electric spiders here. But the next episode is pretty important. This is where they found out that Bianca is here to evolve one of her Pokemon. And in this episode is Evolution Exchange Excitement. And this is where Burgundy and Professor switch their Pokemons to help Burgundy's Pokemon, allowing her to attain a very strong Pokemon. A new Excavalier here. And this is where the professor points out these two should have a practice battle since they have new evolved Pokemon to try out, and both of them agreed to this, pretty excited to try out the new fully evolved Pokemon here. Bianca sends out Excalibur and Ash sends out Boulder to battle. These two very sturdy Pokemon stay one another waiting for their trainer's order, but Bianca, being the hard-headed girl she is, she quickly calls out for attack with Twin Needle, as Excalibur puts his two lands together and charges Boulder, while Ash quickly counters with a sandstorm, helping Boulder to evade the attack for the moment, and additionally making Excalibur blinded for the moment. But Bianca isn't too worried because she knows the sandstorm wouldn't do any damage to her steel-type Pokemon. As Boulder comes a surprise attack with a rock smash to Excalibur, but Excalibur has taken the damage pretty head-on and replied with a powerful Iron Head, doing massive damage to the Boulder Pokemon. As the Bug Pokemon simply charged in for another attack, Fury, a powerful slash attack, but Boulder is taking the damage pretty well. As Ash knows, Boulder is one of Ash's most defensive mon in the battle, so Ash doesn't need to worry about Boulder taking that much damage. So Ash simply replies with a powerful steel type with a powerful flash cannon. But Bianca isn't too worried about the situation, as she quickly replied with an Iron Defense, as the Bug Pokemon cover himself up with powerful Steel Bot, thanks to weighing actual armor in the situation, allowing him to resist the steel typing move pretty heavily, which Ash is caught by surprise. Surprise, in fact, that allows Bianca to do another Iron Head, but Ash doesn't take this politely and commands Boulder to use Rock Smash again, as the two Pokemon collided their head or fist together with a powerful spark in the air. But it's pretty clear that Excalibur is a much more powerful Pokemon in this situation, thanks to its typing for the moment, as it literally pushes through the super effective Rock Smash and just smashes his head to Boulder. But Bianca celebrates a bit too early as she finds out Boulder is still hanging on, and Ash simply replies it's Boulder's ability study, allowing him to survive a one-shot move. And Bianca is angry about this and calls for another Fury Swipe attack, but Ash simply replied for a Rock Blast as the Boulder Pokemon shoots out large boulders towards Skyla, doing good damage, even though it's no longer weak to the rock typing, but it's still doing good damage as Boulder managed to launch all 5 boulders directly to it and quickly charges in for another Rock Smash, but Bianca quickly replied with a powerful slash attack as the 2 Pokemon slam their powerful arms together. But Ash thinks the Rock Smash would do good damage, but quickly finds out that Excalibur has the hidden ability Shell Armor, preventing any critical damage to his way, and allowing Excalibur to finish off Boulder here with the slash as Boulder fell unconscious for the moment, and Ash is pretty shocked by this and recalls his rock type Pokemon, praising him how much growth he has gained, and Ash reminds himself that he should never underestimate Bianca ever again, even though he thinks Bianca doesn't know what she's doing, and sometimes she's a airhead, but she knows what she's doing in a Pokemon battle, and Ash will promise to himself that Boulder will get his revenge. But that's the end of the episode, and we're going to the next one. We're just gonna skip a few episodes here called Exploring of the Hero's Ruin and Buffalo and the Buffalo. But the most important one is a special episode where Ash captures Krookodile here, but since he already caught it, things are gonna play differently here as we enter battling the bully. After Ash's rock-type Pokemon evolves into a much bigger rock-type Pokemon, Ash decided he wants to do some training a bit with his trusty ace Pokemon in the Unova region, Krookodile. However, this causes a slight jealousy on the sides in the battle with Dewott here. Because Dewott literally evolved a few weeks ago, while Boulder gets all the attention by Ash, even though Dewott has been working hard and able to evolve himself, but he doesn't get any moment for Ash, and always goes his attention to Krookodile, which makes Dewott much more upset than usual. Dewott tries to get Ash's attention, but unfortunately Ash keeps shutting down, which internally makes Dewott much more angry. Once Boulder and Krookodile had a small battle, this causes Dewott to freak out and finally let his rage explode as Dewott tries to fight Krookodile in the middle of the battle, as Dewott tries to launch a powerful water pulse towards the Krookodile, and internally the Krookodile doesn't like that his fellow teammate is just attacked him for no other reason. So in return, Krookodile launches a powerful crunch attack as the two move collide. Unfortunately, this causes Krookodile to take a lot of damage, and Dewott charges in for another powerful razor shot. However, Ash tries to calm down the two, but is unable to do so because Dewott is feeling a lot of rage inside of him. And once Pikachu has to step up and has to use Thunderbolt to stop Duo's attack here. And this is enough to momentarily stop the letter order in its way. And feeling his rage calm down a bit, this also leaves him to be embarrassed, so he just ran off into the forest, which leads Ash and his friend to find Oshawott. And once Dewott is in a forest and kinda lost, but he accidentally found a small boy named Clarence. And Clarence thinks this wire Dewott would attack him, but to his surprise, Dewott is quite friendly, and the two kinda become quick friends for the meantime. But Clarence is pretty excited because he gets to prove his friends that he has a Pokemon that he could use. And internally, Dewott kind of likes the attention that the kid is giving Dewott here. It's definitely what's been missing lately. And once Glenn shows him up to his friends. So Michael and Glenn are going to have a battle here, but before anything could happen, it is blatantly clear that Dewott is much more too high of a level Pokemon for Glenn to handle, because Dewott doesn't even listen to him, because even though he hates Ash, but he still is his trainer and he still respects Ash. And not to mention, Michael only has a Lilith but that he can only use, which is it's a lower level than Dewott here. This causes Michael and his other friend Silver to try to get stronger Pokemon just to try to give a Dewott a chance and for them to have a better chance. And this causes Glenn to go to talk to Dewott on figuring out why he doesn't listen to him, but quickly finds out Dewott has a trainer. And this is where Ash, Pikachu, and Krookodile appears, and Ash explains that only Pokemon that are owned by trainers will only listen to them. And it showed, and Ash appears in front of him, and once Dewott glances at Krookodile, Dewott quickly turns a bit of a moody kid and just tries to ignore him, including Ash for the meantime. And Ash is pretty confused by this. He's not sure what's going on with Dewott, but Iris objects that, thinking she has a good understanding what's happening. Dewott is jealous of Krookodile, and this revelation surprises Ash and Glenn here, even Pikachu here, and Krookodile here. And Ash finally realizes why Dewott lately has been quiet so much, and Ash feels pretty bad for Dewott. And this is where Ash will promise he will pay more attention to Dewott more, and this is good enough for Dewott. That's all he ever wanted from Ash. But unfortunately, this doesn't mean his rivalry with Krookodile is stopped for the moment. So Ash will help this young Glenn to train a bit, and since Ash commands Dewott to listen to the little boy, Dewott does so to respect his trainer's orders. And once Dewott as a practice battle with Pikachu, as Ash is coaching Glenn about the battles and the type matches. And once the boy meets Michael, and Glenn will have a small battle, but surprisingly he's bought in 2 Pokemon, and Glenn is a bit scared because he doesn't have any other Pokemon he could use. And all of a sudden Krookodile steps up, but unfortunately this gets a bit of an angry towards Dewott here, which might be a problem, and Ash tries to suggest he could just use Pikachu, but Krookodile firmly wants to battle with Dewott against the Michael's two power Pokemon, and the battle begins here. Michael sends out Seismitoad and Scorpion, and Glenn has to command the two Pokemon, which is much more harder than what it looks like. Commanding two Pokemon at the same time is pretty difficult, but luckily Michael is just as new as Glenn, which gives him a slight equal battleground. The only difference is Glenn has a bit more experience thanks to Ash's coaching here. However, this does have a problem because every time Krookodile, Dewott is always in his way, trying to showcase that he's more stronger than Krookodile. But unfortunately, the time he wanted to showcase when Dewott tries to use a water pulse towards Seismitoad, and Seismitoad simply destroys the move with a Drain Punch, knocking the orb and knocking Ashwa to the ground. And this leads Krookodile to step in front and manage to caught the punch with Crunch, and this allows Krookodile to forcibly move Seismitoad back to the ground, and this leads a Krookodile and Ashwa to have a brief moment to acknowledge their arrivals, and this forces Dewott to just respect Krookodile for the moment, which once Glenn finally gets his groove back, finally Krookodile and Dewott finally work together in unison once again, and this allows Glenn to win the battle, just like in the original, and Michael learning how to be a proper trainer, besides from a battle, but also take care of the Pokemon that he make friends along the way. However, this causes one thing. Dewott throws a small ball to Krookodile, and this leads Dewott to wanting a battle with the Krookodile. And Krookodile accepts this because maybe this small battle could squash their beefs for the moment. And Ash will be the one to kind of be the referee because both of them would. The battle is pretty fierce because the two Pokemon are trying to showcase who is the true ace in Ash's party, as Dewott has a fair moment where Ashworth launches a few water pulses towards Krookodile, and Krookodile easily dodges attack by going underground. But to everyone's surprise, when Krookodile tries to get up, Dewott surprisingly uses a powerful razor to counter the Krokorok's day, because at this point it's surprised that Dewott has seen Krookodile how he attacks so many times. Dewott pretty much knows where he's at after watching him so many times in the sidelines. This allows Krookodile to be in a difficult spot. However, once he uses a rock slide to do some solid damage to Dewott here, this allows Dewott forcibly had to defend himself the moment I'm in, and allows Krookodile to charge in with a powerful crunch attack as it does major damage to Dewott. But luckily Dewott has been waiting for this one and unleashes a powerful super effective move, Revenge, and this move is the symbolizing on Dewott's frustration to his position in the party, not being much better, and not only that, not being at least get more affectionate by Ash. This leads Dewott to do a lot of damage with Revenge. But to Dewott's surprise, his rival is much more durable than he realized, which causes a powerful crunch attack for Krookodile to do a lot of damage and easily knocking out Dewott. Yes, surprise. This allows Dewott not for once to be angry, but to have a reflection on things. And this is where Krookodile puts out a handshake, and Dewott, slightly annoyed and a bit angry, Red Rock shakes Krookodile's hand because even though Dewott hates Krookodile, but Dewott does respect Krookodile a lot, and Krookodile understands why Dewott is angry to him, which leads a pretty good episode here. As Ash and his friend has finally made it to the next destination, where Ash will challenge for his 6th gym badge, and finds out the gym leader called Skyla, and he quickly finds out where she lives and immediately wins for her gym, but quickly find out her special way of gym leader challenge method, and involves her predicting the battle, and because of this she gives the gym manager to a kid that they didn't even battle, and this made us very worried about this. And the next one comes, and Skyla explained that she has a type of advantage out of this girl's Pokemon, which leads her to be defeated. And because of this made Ash a bit more angry, realizing the situation, and realize after everyone has battled her, Ash and Silas confronted her of her way of doing a gym leader challenge. Silas especially, because since he is a gym leader and demands Skyla for the reason why she's doing this, and she simply explained that nobody is strong enough to take her on in battle, and nobody has able to defeat her since she first started off with her being a gym leader. But this simply doesn't fly with Ash and Silas. So Silas demands for a battle just for a true statement that gym leaders needs to challenge the challengers Pokemon if they're even worthy to battle. Because of this follows pretty similar like the anime, but unfortunately Silas could not defeat her. But once it's Ash's turn, he reveals the Pokemon that he had, and quickly realized that Ash could have defeated her 3. So Skyla attempted to give her badge to Ash, but Ash clearly declined it, demanding a proper gym match. And because of this, Skyla thinks that Ash is trying to push his luck. Because of this, the next battle this time around will be much more different in the original, because instead on a 3-on-3 it's going to be a 4 versus 4 battle, and Ash simply accepts this either way because it's clear that she's going to battle her. And the next day finally appears as Ash versus Skyla, and the battle begins. Skyla versus Ash, and they're finally going to have their battle as the two face one another, and Skyla is the first to send out a Pokemon, sending a powerful Swoobat to battle. Ash remembers how this bat is quite tricky to handle, but luckily he has the perfect counter to this very tricky bat Pokemon as he sends out Boulder to battle his trusty rock-type Pokemon, the perfect counter for this battle, as Skyla calls out for a powerful aerial ace as the Whoop bat concentrates all of her energy to do an impressive quick mover ability as it quickly slashes its bat wings to Boulder, but to its dismay that the Boulder took that damage pretty easily thanks to its type resisting. But luckily, Skyla is a very experienced flying type trainer She knows fully well flying moves won't do any damage, but she also took the opportunity to use Sidewave as the bad Pokemon grows with powerful aura as it quickly uses Psychic Power to smash Boulder into the surface area, doing some damage just to caught Ash by surprise. And Ash quickly realized the situation as Buddy quickly called for a powerful Rock Blast as Boulder simply shuts down powerful huge Boulder as they get bigger and bigger each shot it dealt, but luckily it's only 3 rocks going towards Zubat, and nearly 2 of the attack nearly a direct hit, but the last one misses as Zubat quickly flies in the air and trying to fly behind Boulder here. Luckily for Boulder, Ash comes with his extra eyes and commands Boulder to use Rock Smash, and Boulder turns around and tries to quickly smash the bat to the ground, but unfortunately the bad Pokemon is simply too fast for Boulder as it clearly easily moved a dodge attack by simply flying into the air. And this is where Skyla commands Zubat to a second powerful air wave as the bad Pokemon is simply roars and full of psychic energy blasting to Boulder. And Skyla is feeling a bit cocky after the victory from Ceylon. And Skyla thinks to himself this kid has no chance on defeating her, as she simply uses a powerful air card as Zubat simply slashes the air and does a multiple air slash attack, but to Skyla's surprise, Ash simply took the attack head on, and Boulder simply commands a powerful flash cannon, and this move caught Skyla by surprise, thinking that Boulder did not have any fast special moves, as the Boulder clearly knocked out Zubat with flash cannon and knocking it out. And Skyla is pretty surprised by this and forced to return her Zubat back, and quickly thinks to herself that was dangerous and she needs to quickly think to herself she must not do that. She must not underestimate Ash here. So she quickly sends out her second trace as Unfezant to battle, as the flying Pokemon isn't much of a special move Pokemon, but luckily it's much more faster than Zubat. But unfortunately for Unfezant here, its attack is unaffected by Boulder here because most of its attacks are flying and normal moves, which could not penetrate the sturdy rock type in its face. But luckily Skyla has one tricky move that could take out the situation, as Ash quickly calls for a powerful rock blast, and Unfezant could not dodge the attack in time because the first 2 hits dodged it easy, but the 1, 2, and 3 rock blast is going towards it, and each of them is doing a lot of damage, and it hits Unfezant. But luckily Skyla's choice of using a very tricky move U-turn, as the Unfezant goes into a small ball and charges to Boulder, but Boulder didn't take that much damage, and Ash is shocked by it, but quickly finds out that Unfezant quickly switches to Swanna. Skyla takes no opportunity to command Swanna to do a powerful Skull attack, and the scoiling boiling water is nearly enough to knock out the sturdy rock type Pokemon down, and forces Ash to recall his rock type, and this is where Ash has to send out his secret trait in, as he sends out his own Swanna. And Skyla is pretty impressed that Ash actually has one of those species, but unfortunately for him, Skyla is a mastery of the species, as the clear difference is quite big, as her Swanna is much more bigger than Ash's, so it's going to be a tough battle, as As the two Swannas quickly charges in for an aerial move, trying to do any tactical ways to outwit the other. As the two Swanna clashes wings with aerial and Skyla, as the two brave Swan Pokemon tries to outwit each other. As Ash tries to use a Skull attack, Skyla's Swan also counters with a Skull as the two hot-boiling moves collide one another, creating a lot of steam in the air. And both trainers is unable to see what's going on. But unfortunately for Ash, Skyla is a much more experienced opponent here because she has experience with a lot of battling in steams, especially in the air. So with that, Skyla has given Swanna with the advantage, doing a powerful aerial ace after aerial ace, and Ash's Swan is helpless to take the attacks. But luckily Ash knows a way to reduce any attack, as Ash's Swan uses Roost here, as it uses it to heal itself for the moment, but quickly finds out it's not slowing down any attack, so Ash has to forcibly return Swanna here, and Ash has to really think his next choice here. Luckily, he's going to make a promise to a friend a few days ago and sends out Dewott here for battle, as the very stubborn Arda here is ready to prove and showcase his prowess and make his trainer know what good Pokemon he really is, as Dewott simply charges in for a powerful water pose, but Skyla quickly counters with Skull here, and the Skull overpowers the water pose here, but luckily Ash simply counters the attack with a Razor Shot, as Ashwa takes out his two sword-like shells as he quickly slices and affect the attack completely, and Dewott simply charges in, but Skyla thinks it's gonna be too late for that, as Swanna uses a powerful area ace charging forward, but to her surprise, Ash quickly charges command with a powerful Aqua Jet, as the Dewott, the other Pokemon, coughs himself with a huge water aura and charges in for a quick strike towards Swanna here. And to Skyla's surprise, Dewott here with the Aqua Jet is much more faster and does a solid good hit towards Swanna here. And Skyla quickly needs to recover some damage, and she tries to use Aqua Wing to absorb and heal herself for the moment, but she doesn't have enough time, as Dewott simply charges in for a double Razor Shot as it critically hits Swanna and claimingly knocks it out pretty convincingly. And this forces Skyla to return her Swan Pokemon and sends out Unpheasant here for battle. But it's proven quickly that Dewott is, even though he has the power at his side, but is clearly much more slower than Unpheasant here, as it quickly uses moves like Double Tip, Quick Attack, and Sky Attack, doing aerial maneuvers to avoid Dewott's most of his attack. And Ash knows that he has no other choice but to use a quick situational move, Revenge. He knows that it won't do much damage, but he has the best other choice, so he commands Dewott to use Revenge, and Dewott simply grows with a powerful aura and quickly charges in to do some crazy damage. Unfortunately, Unpheasant is much more faster and lands to do a devastating quick attack as it quickly knocked out the other Pokemon. But luckily because of that, Ash has to return Dewott back and sends out Swanna back, and quickly find out that Swanna has gotten a burn because of Skyla's Swan, and Ash noticed why Swanna is having a rough time because of the burn here, and quickly needs to find a way to KO Unpheasant here and to get Swanna to heal back. But unfortunately, the only move that could realistically do that is with Rusia trying to heal herself, and did help to stay in the battle for a longer time. But unfortunately, Unpheasant is surprisingly didn't took a lot of damage from the previous battle, allowing Unpheasant to do a powerful sky attack, sky drop to knock out Swanaya. And Ash is pretty sad by this because he really wanted to showcase Swanaya in this battle. And he realized that Swana needs more training than usual because he's been sitting on the level for quite a while, and Ash needs to remind himself to train Swan a bit more. But luckily, he has his ace in the hole, Pikachu here, as he sends out Pikachu for battle for a long time, but he's pretty confident Pikachu could carry out, and Skyla is unimpressed by this, but even though Unpheasant has been taking some damage because of Ash's Swan and Dewott, but she thinks she could take care of this Pikachu here pretty easily. But unfortunately, as Unpheasant tries to use an area complicator move to go get behind to Pikachu and unleashes a powerful flying type, quickly Unpheasant is caught by a powerful storm as Pikachu literally brought down the thunder here, as Pikachu uses a powerful thunderbolt, striking Unpheasant pretty fast and strong, and this knocks out Unpheasant here in the battle, and this shocks Skyla pretty devastatedly. As Skyla sends out Braviary, one of our more stronger flying type Pokemon in our arsenal, and Ash will quickly find out the difference between the rest and with this particular frightened bird here. As Braviary, it moves so frighteningly that Pikachu can't even react in time, as Braviary unleashes a powerful Brave Bird that caught Ash by surprise and sends Pikachu flying across the battle, but luckily Pikachu managed to land on his feet but took a lot of damage from it. So the little mouse kindly returned with a thunderbolt, but however the little mouse Pokemon will find out this Braviary is terrifyingly able to dodge the move and also to do a powerful slash attack, as it uses its large wing like a slashing motion and trying to slash down the little mouse Pokemon, but luckily Ash reacts just in time to counter with an Iron Tail, and with the Steel typing it manages to reduce any of the damage, and luckily Pikachu retaliates with a quick attack. But then Braviary conjures up all the stamina it could get and unleashes a powerful superpower, as the Braviary bulges its muscles and feathers to Bilkos and strikes Pikachu with its claw, beak and wings, doing a lot of damage to the little mouse Pokemon. But luckily, Ash retaliates with a thunderbolt, and it did caught Braviary in the move. The attack is literally in front of Pikachu. But unfortunately for Ash, Pikachu has taken more damage than Braviary because Pikachu finally hits the move while Braviary is doing some work on it, allowing him to wear down Pikachu for the moment. But luckily, Pikachu is just as stubborn as his trainer, so Pikachu allows him to get himself free away from the flying Pokemon and unleashes an electric ball. And then the Vulture vicious Pokemon managed to dodge the attack just in time, then unleashes another Brave Bird. But luckily, Ash quickly thought of the next strategy, so he tries to use Iron in the ground. And this is enough to stop Braviary, as Pikachu managed to stop the attack, and now Pikachu is on top of Braviary, allowing Pikachu to use another Thunderbolt, but this time it's much more close-quarter, allowing Pikachu to do some major damage to the bird. But Skyla finally reveals that Braviary can use the move Rose, as the bird Pokemon heal itself some of the damage. And this is quite upsetting for Ash because he really thought he could knock out the Braviary quick. But unfortunately, Ash is not known about this feature, but finds out they are pretty much the strongest bird in the whole of the region. As Braviary managed to shake off Pikachu from his bag, and finally as Pikachu is flying into the air, and Skyla takes this one opportunity to get Braviary to do a powerful final of Brave Bird. But unfortunately, Pikachu is falling faster than it could catch, but luckily Ash simply has a quick strategy in mind as Ash tries to use Pikachu's tail like a springboard, and not only that, managed to conjure up a powerful electric ball as the electric ball literally bounces on the ground and ricochets to Braviary, as this one move is much more faster, and because the move it will do more damage if Pikachu is faster, which means allowing Pikachu to knock out Braviary from a really weird way to use the move, as Pikachu knocks out Braviary and Pikachu is standing strong and allowing Ash to win his 6th badge and earning a victory here. And Scarlet find what it really means to have a gym leader challenger. And this is where we're going to end the episode here. So guys, what do you think of this episode? I quite like it so far, and I'm surprised and I'm quite excited for the next one. So don't make sure you subscribe to get a notification on the next upload. Until next time, peace.